Hi, let's go on a trip together. So, as you may know if you've been here a while, I've recently been to Japan on an art trip and just to explore Tokyo. And here's my vlog. I've never vlogged before, so it might be a bit strange, but I'm going to give it a go. So, here you are seeing my first visit to a convenience store. And we picked up some food on our first evening. My friend was staying with a friend, and I was staying in a hotel, so we decided to eat together. And so we picked up some snacks and food. Here is the view on the way to the hotel. Everything looked so amazing and different, and this is just a random street, but yeah, vending machines and everything was new to me. And I stayed close to the Tokyo Tower. So here we are coming to the hotel. It was really nice inside and very well kept hotel. Here are we in the lobby with our dinner. I was very excited about this one. This is my evening walk, so that's after my friend went to her stay. I just went and explored the local area. I really enjoyed this walk. It was quite warm, even though it was January. And here's the Tokyo Tower. And yeah, everything in Tokyo felt very safe on the streets. It felt very safe and nice to walk. Here's a view from my hotel. Just getting ready for my first day in Tokyo. I literally couldn't wait. As you know, if you're new here, by the way, my name is Kama and I'm also known as Weird is the Best. I'm a mixed media artist from Poland, and I make all kinds of art, and I love shopping for art supplies. This is my first visit to a Japanese art supply shop. This was very quick look at Tokyo Hands. I didn't record much more there. This is the area of Shinjuku, and yeah, it was very interesting. This is bizarre, like just a row of gachapons, and yeah, Shinjuku is really interesting and full of fun shops. And as you will see in a second, there's something really exciting. So I visited this cat cafe called Mocha in Shinjuku. I've seen lots of other artists visit it as well. I loved it a lot, and I just sat down and drew cats, and it was so relaxing. And the cats were so cute, and there were so many of them. It was a great way to kill a bit of time, and look at these cats. And I really enjoyed it. Had a coffee is included in the entrance ticket kind of thing. And later on you will see me feeding them in a second. But yeah, it was a highlight, and it was all on the first day. Like, I couldn't ask for a better first day. This cat was really cute, although he didn't like being touched, as he showed me. So yeah, the whole area, the whole cafe is full of cats, full of cuteness. You can also play video games and just sit down with your laptop, charge your phone, the usual stuff in the cafes. But it was really cool that they had video games. I was there by myself. I didn't really fancy games. I just wanted to draw. They also have loads of manga, and some sleeping cats. There's lots of cat-friendly areas, so the cats are just scattered around. I am not the kind of person who will force a cat to be cuddled, so I mostly left them alone and let them come to me. This is when I fed them. I didn't realize that was being recorded. I thought it was a photo. They were quite, I don't want to say aggressive because they weren't really aggressive, but they were quite pushy. Look at this cutie. Yeah, if you've never been to a cat cafe, I highly recommend it. I was very relaxed afterwards and very happy afterwards. I didn't manage to go and visit the dog cafe. I saw that there were dog cafes, which I didn't expect, and I didn't manage to get to one. But I think I put it on my bucket list because I think it would be really, really cute. This cat thinks the treats are under the blanket. So yeah, as an art trip, this was truly beautiful trip. I loved every second of it. Okay, and then we went for ramen. This was Hokkaido style ramen. And here I walked past Sekaido, but first we visited the park, national park called Gyoen in Shinjuku. It was really pretty, even though it was, winter. They had some, I think they're called like October sakura, cherry trees that bloom quite early on. This was a small greenhouse inside the park. Is a pedestrian hour. I think it's 6 o'clock on some streets. The whole street is free of cars. That was really interesting. Here's a famous 3D cat. お客様の前で何かを演じるということはこのアルタで全て学びました。このアルタと学んだことを多くの皆さんにまた後輩たちに伝えていきたいと思ってます。本当にお疲れ様でした。It only comes up for a few seconds every minute or so. I can't remember exactly how often, but it's a very quick one, and then you have other ads. Here we went to like a show. They were celebrating, I think, 100 years of Godzilla. And later they had like a show of different like music and like light projections. So here I am on the way to Sekaido. At this point we separated, and I don't really do a lot of vlogs, so I don't know if what I'm like how I'm doing it is right or wrong. But Sekaido is an amazing shop full of art supplies. It has like 6 stories. I only managed to visit 3 before they shut down, and that was like an hour and a half of like browsing and exploring. You can watch my art supply haul. I'll link that up for you if you're interested in that. I also have a swatching video from everything I picked up. Lots of Holbein acrylic gouache, some sketchbooks from Royal Talents. There was loads of paper to choose from, everything you can imagine. It's a truly beautiful shop with lots of really inexpensive art supplies. The prices there are very competitive. I think these are acrylics. And gouache paints. And some watercolor pans. Everything was kind of easy to find. A few things I struggled to find that were on my list, but I managed to find the Kuretake Gansei Tambi and some of the rare paints that are a bit harder to get in UK. And here I am, tired but happy after the visit to Sekaido. Here's my walk back. I found everything in Tokyo very easy to get to. The tube was or what they call it, subway or chikatetsu, was very easy to use. I did get lost at one very busy station, but I found my way eventually. Here's my haul of food and art supplies from my first day. I think I went a bit crazy, but in my defense, all of those sweets and snacks, I pretty much brought them back to my partner in England. I didn't eat almost any snacks. Here's my quick dinner. This is onigiri, and here's how you open it. It was a bit confusing at first, even though the instructions are there. You pull the number 1 first. And the side ones, and you keep the seaweed sheet kind of wrapping the rice. Yum yum. This was very tasty. I missed this. Yeah, I hope it's interesting. I kind of try to document everything. Here's my breakfast, and here we are on day 2. I went to this, this is a ginkgo tree avenue, and it was a bit dead in the winter. I still enjoyed it. There were loads of birds, and I just sat down. It was a bit chilly, but I sat down and drew. Yeah, something that I really enjoy doing when traveling is to find a park or some place where you have nature, and you see this place maybe was a bit grey, but I don't mind. I just like sitting down somewhere and drawing, and it's my way of relaxing. And if you're an artist, or even if you're not, I highly recommend that you draw outside, or if you're not an artist, that you just sit outside and enjoy the nature sometimes. It's very inspiring, very relaxing, and I find it really good for my creative practice. It also will teach you to draw from observation. If you draw people or things that are happening around you, it also helps to keep your memories, because you will always remember. Excuse my double chin. You will always remember later where you were exactly and what was happening around you when you were drawing something. And as I was saying earlier, this is my first vlog. I have recorded a lot of footage for vlogs, but I never managed to pull one together or put one together. So if you have any comments about it, although please be kind of nice, any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I would love to make better vlogs in the future. I'd certainly enjoy watching other people doing them. Hi. And yeah, let's continue walking in Tokyo. Such good memories. And cutting tube. And in Tokyo, every station has its own theme tune, which is really fun to listen to. If you're ever in Tokyo, I recommend getting a subway card, which is called Suica card. You can get it at any station, pretty much any station. There are a few stations that won't have it, but that you can top up using cash, and then you can carry on using the tube wherever you go. Here's a Neki stamp that I got at, I think this was Shibuya, and here we skipped to we skipped very quickly to a shopping area called Nakano Broadway. It's full of like vintage and manga, anime, fantasy, dress up, like costume, professional costume shops. Lots of gachapons. Here's our lunch. It was delicious. And here are all the claw machines. It was bizarre. We definitely spent there more time than we planned. And we found Sailor Moon. Most Sailor Moons were sold out, sadly. I hear my friends playing for a frog for her boyfriend. Sorry, husband.
1, 2, 3. I got this.
Are you opening it or
I think I can hold. But do the.
We also found this amazing anime manga kind of shop. They had loads of like Studio Ghibli in it and lots of different mangas and anime, and they had Sailor Moon as well. Very few things, but they had some. And the whole banner was basically Sailor Moon. This shop was called Robot, and they had some vintage items as well, including, if you dug deep, you could maybe dig out some Sailor Moon. And here's my, oops, wrong. I was turning it the wrong way. And here's my gachapon haul. I got a cat that looks like a bee. And I clearly can't use gachapons. How much happiness can one toy bring a human? 京葉線地下鉄丸の内線はこの理解です。東京の次は浜松町に停まります。So yeah, everything was very easy to get to by either underground or train. Here's my neighborhood again, this time during the day. I absolutely loved seeing Japan. This is the next day, I believe. I absolutely loved Japan and Tokyo. I've been learning Japanese language, so everything there was just fantastic. This is a park, my favorite park, called Shibari Q Gardens. And of course, I found a stamp. They're called Eki stamps or station stamps, but some tourists or many tourist attractions will also have them. And yeah, this was my favorite, by far, my favorite park in Tokyo. It's very peaceful. I liked it so much that I went there twice. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. It's a weird one, and weird is the best. Here's a heron that I met. Apparently herons are bringers of good luck. Here's a statue, I think. I managed to find some of the cherry blossoms. And here I am drawing outside again. It was such a peaceful time, and the park was quite quiet actually. There weren't too many people in, so I was able to just enjoy it and take loads of photos and videos without people in them. So if you're looking for like a less touristy spot, that might be a good place to go. Although I could see there were lots of cherry trees, so maybe during the cherry tree blossom time the park is much busier. I'm not sure. I'm curious to know if you've ever been to Japan and Tokyo. What were your favorite places? And if you haven't, please let me know in the comments below which area you found the most interesting from the video, or if you have a bucket list, like which places in Tokyo or Japan you're excited to see in the future. And if you're not interested in Japan, then any place in the world. Like, I always love discovering new places and hearing about fun places to visit. Here's a mini palette that my friend Lucy made for me and some of our art friends. It was excellent for this journey, so I'm really glad I took it with me. If you'd like to see what materials I took with me on the trip, I will link a video where I'm packing or deciding what to pack for this trip. And it's been a bit over a month since I've come back, and I have to say I really miss Japan. I really enjoyed it, and it was great using the language and seeing all the places and discovering. And here's the view that I was painting. It was this impressive tree. It was very interesting, the like juxtaposition between the nature, all the birds, there are lots of green space and water, and all the buildings around it. The park or the garden dates back to the Edo era, and it's over time it's been built up around, so all the buildings around it came up after, long time after the park or the garden existed. And I think it was built for the emperor or by the emperor. Okay, are you ready? We're about to change pace. So next I went to Akihabara, and the first thing I found after leaving the station was this taiyaki place. And I got one with custard, and they had a bench outside so I could observe a very busy crossing and draw there. And here I'm just walking randomly around Akihabara. I kind of got lost and decided to use Google Maps in the end because I couldn't find any like touristy spots or like interesting places. So I found this shrine place, and Tokyo is filled with shrines. Every here and there you come across a random temple or shrine, and they are a really peaceful place. So here I am just looking at these, and they had some cherry blossoms as well. These were like pink. I think it's cherry as well. I might be wrong. But then I realized I was just at the backyard, like not the main temple. And then I found this one. So at a temple, when you come to it, there's often a queue. And once you reach the main temple, you can throw some money in, do 3 bows, 3 claps, a deep bow to kind of honor the place or the gods or whatever you believe in. And you could see my lunch for a second, and here I'm slowly leaving the temple. And I found an origami museum, and this one was called Ochanomizu, which means watery tea, I think. And it was very empty there, but this was just the lobby. It was amazing how much. I didn't really record upstairs, but upstairs you have a shop. On one of the floors you have an actual museum where you have some displays with loads of origami. It's only like one big room, but for me it was worth it because I love origami. And then you also have a shop, and in the shop you have loads of papers for origami. The owner of the place or the founder of the place is also there, and he teaches kids and everyone how to make origami. It was very interactive, very friendly, and yeah, I highly recommend it if you're into that kind of thing. For me, it was the highlight of that day and maybe the entire trip. And I bought there some like small origami paper and started making little cranes. I think it's really cute. More Akihabara, extremely busy. Like very urban, I guess. I don't know how to say it. And here is Koen Ueno Park. And it's full of nature, and maybe it doesn't look the most pretty here at this spot, but the whole park is massive and there's so much like wildlife and birds of all kinds. It was amazing. Little warblers, I think. And I found another temple or shrine. And of course, some street go-karts. They were a bit funny. And here I am on the way to meet my friend, on the way to a big temple. We found this amazing mochi, strawberry mochi. And the main star in Asakusa, Sensoji Temple. This is a very old, it's the oldest temple in Tokyo, and it's a very popular temple to visit. It's very impressive. And here my friend will explain how to use fortune telling at the temple.
Found the same number, 44. I got kitty. So this is like middle, okay, and wish will come true. Ill, if you're ill, it will recover. Something you lose, it's coming later. Someone you wait for, it's a bit late, but eventually come up. Something like that.
Thirty-two.
32. Yeah. Oh, you can read candy. Oh, it's the same as yeah, kitty.
Kitty.
And well, you can read the
Your request will be granted. The patient keeps bed long but never hurt his life. Oh. To start a trip as well.
yeah. Lovely.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, but even it's good if you want to make it better, you can. Wish.
And here's the neighborhood of Asakusa. We were looking for a nice place to eat. And we found one that was serving manjayaki and my favorite okonomiyaki. We were also served some squid, I think. At one point at a train station, I actually needed some assistance, but the assistant was not a human. And I don't speak Japanese robot. Okay, let's go on a day trip to Kamakura.
The next station is Kamakura JO7. The doors on the right side will open. Please change it for the Enoshima Densetsu line.
After meeting my friend and getting a Neki stamp, we found Ghibli store. Let's go shopping in Kamakura. We found a really tiny art gallery and it was really interesting. They had some prints as well as original works, and they even had a couple of Yayoi Kusama's exhibits and Hokusai's paintings. And then we visited this Tsurugaoka Hachimangu Shinto shrine, and it was a really perfect day and a perfect place to relax and unwind and like not just run after touristy spots. I highly recommend it if you're in Kamakura to maybe not go to the most famous tourist spots but go to a place like this. It's very peaceful and relaxing, and the views were just fantastic. There was also lots of nature and fish and birds, and there was a flower garden as well. But first, we need to wash our hands. I did it slightly wrong, but I tried my best.
And wash left hand, left first. No, wash left hand with your right hand. Yeah. Then wash right hand with your left. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, enough of nature. Let's go for dinner. We found this amazing place called Yakiniku, and they were serving Wagyu beef, which is also known as marbled beef, and it was delicious.
4 seconds. And it's technically can be low. Oh, it's so what do you
Okay, let's jump to the next day. I went to another park, and this one was a sister park to the Shibarikyu. This was Hamarikyu Gardens in Chuo City as well. And this one was much bigger. I didn't have as much time on the day I went there, so I didn't see everything. But it was a really nice park again, and it was by the seaside, so you could go to kind of the river, I guess, and have really nice walk around and enjoy the sun. From there, I headed to Timu Lab, which is an interactive museum place, and it was amazing. They have music from Brian Eno, and before we went in, we had some time, so we went to a gallery exhibition of some manga art. We didn't know quite what that was, that blue thing, but it seemed to be very important in that exhibition. Okay, let's change pace. It's time to go to Setagaya and Gotokuji Temple. Okay, let's go to a really busy place. Shibuya Crossing. It's the busiest crossing in Tokyo. I found another art supply store. This one was Loft, and it was amazing. They had all sorts of stationery, sketchbooks, stickers, everything you can imagine. They had it there. Here's a Midori sketchbooks display, and I picked up a few. You can watch me unbox them in my video. I'll link that up for you. So many interesting art supplies in this shop. I just loved it there. And here I arrived at Hamamatsucho, which was my station, and you can hear the jingle for it now. The next day I went to the Imperial Park or Imperial Palace Park. I couldn't work out how to get in or if I even could, so I just walked around a bit and headed to a Bunkyo museum, which didn't allow taking video in, so I only took photos in it, but I also sat down and drew my surroundings, which was really nice. I used my new Kuretake pen and some Holbein paper postcards. Let's post some postcards to my friends and family. This was at the Tokyo station, and honestly, I found it a bit overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. Although I found a really good McDonald's there, it was huge, like the station was huge, and honestly, I left sad that I didn't find any shops that I wanted to find there. So let's go back to my favorite park. This was literally my goodbye to Tokyo, and yeah, I just enjoyed sitting there and enjoying the view. Enjoying the view, huh? It was a beautiful trip, and it had ups and downs, but overall I loved everything about it. And this park will stay in my heart forever because it was such a peaceful place. I tend to find really nice parks in every single city. I have my favorites in London, in Copenhagen, and now in Tokyo. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And here are some koi, I think they are koi fish, who said hello to me. I think they were hoping for some food. And I don't know how, but I managed to do this vlog. It probably isn't perfect, or it most certainly isn't perfect. I hope you can bear with me, and I hope you enjoy reliving my trip. I certainly love rewatching all the footage. It brings me a lot of happiness, and I hope it brings you some happiness as well, even if you can't go. And yeah, enjoy some nature at the end. . 「 Sadly, this is the end of my trip. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something interesting about Japan, and maybe if you're planning to go there, maybe you found some inspiration. And yeah, I hope you loved it as much as I did. And let me know in the comments what your favorites were, what places you would have wanted to visit, or maybe you have some recommendations for people who haven't been. Also, tune in. I'll soon be sharing a sketchbook tour, and this is my hourly comic day that I drew on the day of my travel back. And I'll soon be sharing all my pages that I drew in Japan and after from my photos, so stay tuned to that. Don't forget a secret emoji. This time it will be something to do with travel, like a plane or a car or something like that. The secret emoji tells me who stayed until the end. And this video took me hours to edit, so any love you can show it would be great. Like, I would really appreciate. So show it some love, share it with your friends, and I don't know, like, subscribe, all the usual good stuff. All my links are down below, and see you next time. Have a lovely day artsing, and until next time, bye. And now you should see a link to my Japanese adventures playlist, so click on that if you'd like to continue watching these videos. There's sketchbook tours in the future and art halls and things like that, so tune into that and have a lovely day artsing. Bye!